From the book, Life Lesson from Epic, Chapter 1, Don't Be a Fool, Section 8. Foolishness shall awaken more foolishness. Foolishness shall awaken more foolishness, even if it is a thought. Meaning the witness of a foolish action will obtain wisdom from that experience, which can influence the witness to perform a foolish act in the future. You should not contribute to it, condone it, or acknowledge it, because foolishness can cause more foolishness. Silence is a great answer to a fool, and the same goes for a foolish thought when it appears in one's mind by discarding it rather than obtaining it to be used in the future. It's not a bad idea to be aware of it, but keeping foolish thoughts in mind can cause foolish behavior through the psychological influence that can develop into action over time. Meaning too much foolish thinking can lead someone to commit a foolish act, and this may come across as keeping a grudge or wanting to keep thinking about it just to build something out of it for a benefit in the future. You may also find a time when a fool or fools will corner you for a response, so you would respond to their foolishness. If you respond to the foolishness of a fool, don't respond to a fool according to their foolishness. If you respond to a fool and his foolishness, you should prepare for a trap or trick that the fool may have planned for you before or when you respond. Don't praise fools or make them feel smart because you will encourage their foolishness to keep on happening, which also can be your response. The fool will deceive you so that you will act or look foolish for their benefit. The fool will try to make you look evil and shame you, while the fool, which can be your opponent, looks like the victim. It's better to avoid a fool, but it's not so necessary to run away from them because it could be part of their plan. Also, fools will make you suffer and try to take away your values for no good reason because of the foolish mindset that they have inherited over the years, and sometimes it can take months. Fools sometimes act like con artists. A con artist is a person who cheats or tricks others by persuading others to believe something that is not true. Con artists bring the worst out of you or an individual you may be concerned about. A con artist will dress to impress and work hard to be smooth, smart, and successful in their foolish plans. They will be very friendly and take a personal interest while disguising their true motives. They will cook up an effective bait that will be hard to deny. The bait can be offered or presented in a good fashion, but it will be foolish to try and steal the bait that a fool may influence you to grab. Be aware of that, and stealing isn't a good idea. Foolishness can lead to more foolishness, and foolishness certainly can awaken more foolishness among those who have witnessed it. But you should try to be aware of it as something of high importance without giving it any acknowledgement, especially if the foolishness of a fool holds a potential burden in the future. You should listen and try to keep an eye on the fool and listen so you can understand the motives of the fool's plan when you think a fool is out to get you. Listening to advice and instructions doesn't mean going out and to start doing it, but you will be wiser moving forward even if you got the information from a fool because you will discover who he actually is. When avoiding a fool's foolishness, just know it can create oppression and isolation that can create suppression, which can lead to deception as a fool's goal. You protect yourself when you avoid a fool, but be aware of what you are dealing with, because avoidance can be the wrong idea. Also, if you don't start thinking for yourself and your future, a fool will think for you. The fool will take advantage of your opportunities and abuse you just for the fun of it, because that's how a fool thinks when allowing a fool to think for you. You should also be aware of your surroundings, values, and appearance, because a fool will use them against you or even take or steal them. Feeling lazy is human, but being lazy can make you look like a fool. In addition, cruelty is inhuman and in many ways, it can be foolish. You need to stop being inhuman or face karma, so you should learn how to be a better human being for a better future. Weakness and laziness sometimes create a fool because of the vulnerability of becoming one. You become a target of a fool because you lack a certain ability to defend, control, or better yourself. Weakness and laziness are easy wins for anyone to go up against. People will take joy in picking, arguing, or bullying you because of the trend of doing so. They will embarrass you in public with their arrogance and further their wicked schemes because you decide to become a fool. Choosing to be weak or lazy is foolish. Staying vulnerable and ignorant is a foolish idea that can lead to more foolishness. Becoming wicked or inhuman for little reason is foolish. Being kind is smart, but people will take kindness for weakness to gain some value or take your values from you if they feel it is necessary to do so. Cheats, scams, hustlers, sell men, businesses or businessmen, families, and con artists will all take your kindness for weakness to increase their value. They will analyze your value and your kindness to determine if your value is worth enough to pursue and take it. They will determine considerable action to take advantage of your kindness just for the fun of it or take profit because they might be in need of it. The key to failure is trying to please everybody, and the luck of failure will be a person always looking to take advantage of people's kindness and weaknesses. If you keep being foolish to others, sooner or later, you will never be forgiven or be haunted by regret for the rest of your life. When you are always looking around to take advantage of or abuse somebody, it is like the wicked are being greedy, which also can be seen as the foolishness of a fool overdoing his foolish ways. Annoyance is in the blood of a fool, and when he overdo it, he shall be the one with his own blood in his hands. The reason this can happen is because sometimes the annoyance of a fool can be seen as a sign of a fight. Now when you are using the rope mechanism in section 1. Sitting on the ropes and concealing your attentions can help you to indicate the foolishness of the fool before it can occur, which you obtained in your thought by the information you had received from the fool. You can search through your own thoughts by the knowledge that you obtain from the fool and expand on the idea that can influence you to make predictions when finding the free time when you are away from the fool to find a solution that benefits you. If the prediction seems foolish, you can give a rope to that foolish ideology of what you had thought out to hang itself by discarding that idea, before you can take any real action. It can make you know better by avoiding foolishness before it can occur just by sitting on the ropes and concealing your attention when a fool left your presence. It is like you looking within yourself from a third person's point of view with the knowledge that you capture that can decide your future on how you move when using the first and second steps of the rope mechanism in section 1. Foolishness shall awaken more foolishness even if it was a thought. From the book, Life Lesson from Epic, by Meshock Ford, out now on Amazon.